Alright, hello noFap community. It's day 3 for me, which is really great. I just want to talk about what it was like. First of all, last night on day 2, I was staying up late trying to figure out some things for work and school, and I finished that up at like 1 o'clock, and then usually I can go to sleep super quick. I go to sleep within like 5 minutes or 10 minutes usually after, hitting off the lights, get in bed, and like when I'm trying to go to sleep, boom, I usually just drop out, fall asleep. But yesterday, I didn't go to sleep until like 2 o'clock. It took me like an hour to fall asleep. And that's weird for me. I don't know why, but anyways, so that's just one thing. Maybe it's nothing big, but I'm just trying to talk about how this noFap journey is going. So that happened, and then I woke up, felt great, went to work. It was a really good day today. I had my work, went to Martin Luther King Jr. speech, and I love today. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, I love it. But I just want to share one thing that was said. So, this guy who gave this talk, he was a reverend, and his thing was he was going to talk about kind of where do we go from here. So let's given life in America as we know it, what's the next step? And he was giving this talk in as if he was trying to guess what Martin Luther King would say. So if Martin Luther King Jr. were here and he could see today, and then he was going to say, where to go from here, what would he say? And so he gave this kind of this long speech about several different points, but one point was interesting. I guess a couple ones I'll touch on. One, he said that when he thinks about America and the history of America, he sees this as America, in his opinion, as a land of hope. Right? You can come here, you can do a bunch of stuff. But he said this is also a land of terror. And he talked about, the America people that came to the shores. I guess it's not talking about the natives and Native Americans, but kind of the more other immigrants who came to the shores. Some people came here looking for a better life, getting ready for all this opportunity. But some other people came here in shackles. Right, land of terror. So that's really interesting. And so he talked about that. And then he's talking about how it's still a land of hope and a land of terror for different people. And he talked about Frederick Douglass, and I guess Frederick Douglass gave a talk on Independence Day, so July 4th, who knows when, I'm not good with my dates. And in this Independence Day talk, Frederick Douglass told everybody, hey, for some of you, this is your day, you can celebrate independence. But he's like, not for me. I can't celebrate today. And so, in this guy's talk, he said if Martin Luther King Jr. were here, and he was talking on the day, today, his day, he would say, you guys can celebrate today, but I can't. Which means that the stuff he's fighting for, things that he believes in, things he's trying to create, it's equality, ending racism, this land of opportunity for everybody. Injustice just hasn't been reached yet. Anyways, I love MLK Day. It's super inspiring. It makes me feel like more hopeful for the future. And whenever I think about Martin Luther King Jr., I'm inspired, but also I always ask myself, like, where's our generation's Martin Luther King Jr., And I know it's not like Martin Luther King Jr. is a once in a generation. He's like once in multiple generations, right? But where's our Gandhi? Where's this next guy or girl? I think it'd be really cool if it was a girl. That's gonna be like this person that's gonna stand, be the face, lead this movement for some type of awesome social change. And I think if you think about the different events in our recent history, like in our generation, like civil rights movement, like with equal marriage for everybody, we've had our wins, Obama, we've had the first black president. I consider that a win. But yeah, where's the next person that's gonna move this thing forward? All right, anyways, that was just side notes. But so today went pretty good. I was super tired though. I came home, I took a nap, and then my wife and my baby, they went and had a bath. Our baby loves having baths, and I was waking up from my nap, and then your mind starts drifting, and it's you have to hold yourself. It's because if fapping has been part of your life for such a long time, I can just feel how easy it would be to go into autopilot mode And autopilot mode says, hey, if you're tired, you want to get stuff done, how do you become awake the fastest? Well, just do some quick fapping, and then boom, afterwards you'll be awake. You can start working, and you're good to go, right? That's the normal way how this works. But now that I'm in this, in my journey to do noFap, I'm tired. I took a nap. I'm still tired, right? And just kind of saying no. So now I was just kind of like existing in this kind of tired zone. And so that's one thing. I just want an observation. Another one is that as I was just kind of like laying there, my mind is drifting. I can just feel it. Like, nothing. It's not like telling me, "Hey, go fap," but I can feel it. It's like this moment is when I usually think. My thoughts lead to action, right? Lead to fapping, and it just feels like, to me, I just want to just talk about it so I can remember this for myself. But it's almost like there's a slingshot with this really elastic band, and based on my thoughts, little thoughts will depress this slingshot or pull it back, right? And as you pull back this elastic, you're building up all this potential energy that's going to get released. And with the more thoughts, every like second, I think more on my fapping thoughts, or more on thoughts like related to that, pornography, masturbation, or lust, like just leaving a little bit. It's just pulling this elastic slingshot further and further back, until the point where there's so much tension on this thing that you're just not going to be able to escape. It's going to get released, and you're going to fall back. You're going to relapse. That's what I felt. I could just see it. It's happening. So I had to be really conscious and just say, hey, I got to stop now with these thoughts and start doing something else. But yeah, so it's end of day 3. I'm going to do a little bit of work now, but day 3 is over. Feels great. Moving on to day 4. I can't wait till I can start talking about, hey, it's day 40, day 50, day 60. I know it's a long way from here. It's only day 3, but hey, I got through day 3. That's awesome. Again, I'm putting up these videos. I'm not showing my face because that's something that I'm not comfortable with. But I am doing this whole project. I'm doing it for me. I've already felt like making these YouTube videos, it helps on my accountability. It also helps me take my noFap journey more seriously. And I think it'll be interesting to document this, to see how I was feeling every day and different things I was thinking about. As I look back through in the future at my noFap journey. Another thing I guess I'll mention really quick before I end this video is one thing I thought about when I was looking through a bunch of different other YouTubers who are doing the noFap journey is I feel like we all share this, way of thinking almost. It's like we all believe in self-betterment. Like that's the reality. Maybe everyone, maybe all people think about this, like self-betterment, trying to become better, but like these big ideas on how to like master ourselves and become this person who can accomplish like whatever we want to accomplish and fulfill our purpose in this life. And I just feel like all these different YouTubers, everyone has this type of brain. Is that just a human characteristic that everyone strives for that thing? Or are we a different type of people? Like the people that want to do noFap, they're trying to get the benefits of noFapping. Is this the thing that ties us together? This idea of self-betterment? Yeah, I don't know. And that just reminds me of one other thing. So in life, just in general, if you don't think or if you don't blink, you're going to be an autopilot with whatever you do. I talked about how the autopilot works kind of on that slingshot, where little thoughts turn into action for the noFap journey. But I was also thinking earlier, a couple months ago, I'm in a graduate program, and I entered this program, right? And this program has a title. So there'll be this title after my name. And I have to take all these different courses, and I have to do like an ending field experience and like a research type of capstone project. And all these things are supposed to make me into this person from this future career. But if I don't take control of the classes and experiences that I take, what ends up happening is at the end, and I'm just about to finish here, at the end, the experiences and classes and the ideas that I've had will be exactly the same as everybody else. Autopilot is going to make me almost a cookie cutter person into this career. And that's what happens with autopilot. If you don't, take a second with whatever you're doing. It could be, classes, it could be your job, it could be anything. If you don't think, take a second to think, what am I doing in this moment? Am I doing exactly what I want to do? Am I being the person I want to be? If you don't double check and just take time to think about that, you'll find out that you've just been in autopilot mode, and you've done things, maybe you've even accomplished a lot of great things, but it was because of this autopilot thing. You didn't push the boundaries that you could have, and you didn't reach your potential. Anyways, I just want to talk about that because, that's what's interesting to me right now. All right, this is the end of day 3. I'll see you in day 4.